What's up YouTube, Salt Princess here, and today I wanted to show you guys my newest character in the Path of Exile Legion content update. Today we are playing a duelist, specifically a champion. We've spec'd into Master of Metal because we are trying to emphasize physical damage and Impale effect. So we took all of the Impale effect nodes on the tree, of which there are realistically only, 7, 8. We're also running a Dread Banner, which effectively gives us, like, I think 100% increased Impale effect. And then because we are a champion, we also get to apply 2 additional Impale hits. I don't yet have a Watcher's Eye that allows me to apply even more, but that can be scaled further. And essentially, as simply as I can explain the Impale effect, you take a certain percentage of the physical damage that you deal per hit to your enemies, and you add that percentage to any subsequent hits. And that effect stacks to a maximum number of impaled hits. I think currently my impaled hits are maxed out at 8. I think the default is 6. I might be wrong on that. It might be 5 and 7. However, so that additional damage, that additional physical damage that gets applied as like a debuff through the Impale mechanic, it also adds for each subsequent hit. So like it gives you a bit of like almost like a parabolic ramping to your physical damage per hit. And then with the Master of Metal, you also gain additional physical damage for the number of impales that you've applied on that enemy. So scaling up the maximum number of impaled hits that you can get through a champion and that Watcher's Eye is like really the best way to just really fatten up your damage with this particular class and ascendancy. So anyway, we're running Tornado Shot as our primary damage dealer. We're still leveling this character, so like our Tornado Shot and Barrage aren't even leveled 20 yet, so our damage has a lot of room to scale up. And because I'm going full Phys, or as much Phys as humanly possible through my base, I don't have any elemental damage on my weapon. And other than Herald of Ash, I don't have any added elemental damage to any of my attacks, so everything is scaling purely through physical damage. I'm running Pride Aura and Herald of Ash specifically because I gain additional, like extra elemental damage. None of my physical damage is lost by running this, so I'm going to maintain that for a little while. And the same is true for the added fire damage support. So we do deal elemental damage, however, it's scaled through physical. Or at least that's how we're choosing to do it. The rest of my gem links are pretty conventional. We are running Chance to Bleed simply because it kind of synergizes with Hemophilia. That's just something I'm playing with. I don't think it's that good. And then GMP, obviously, because it's a Tornado Shot build. In our 5-link setup, we have Barrage, we have Impale support, damage on full life, because fuck it, and Maim support, because the idea here is that it gives that increased physical damage debuff to the enemies, so hopefully it helps with the single target, I think. Otherwise, things are pretty basic. I do have a Tornado Shot enchant on my helm. If you've seen any of my previous content, I actually have fun running Uber Labs because I'm that boring, I guess. So I got lucky this league, and I decided that rather than trying to sell it, I was just going to keep it for myself. And so I did exactly that. Never had the helm enchant, got it on an item level 86 Elder base, and one of the streamers I like was playing this build and was saying that realistically speaking, you can't have as good of an experience as he was having with that character without the helm enchant. So I decided, well, fuck it, we're doing it. We're just short a Watcher's Eye, and once we get that, I'm fairly certain this build will be ridiculous. So that being said, I'm just trying to get some soul fight right now and show off the damage. We're only level 83 at the moment, so we are doing a Crimson Temple. I believe it's a tier 12, something like that. It is a juicy Crimson Temple, and I did throw Sextants on it, so it's not complete garbage. Where is this, like, where was that blizzard coming from? It's hard to get a sense of it when you're just clearing the map. Wow, it took me like 9 times to click that. But the way this physical damage ramps up is it's a little bit slow. The interesting thing about it is, like, sometimes with Tornado Shot having so many secondary projectiles, like a bunch of them will hit in very rapid succession. So when that kind of thing starts to happen, it looks very, very bursty. But what's really happening is you're getting like 6 or 7 or 8 hits in incredibly rapid succession so fast that it looks like it's all one hit, and in those moments you can kind of just one-shot burst like big guys, champions, elites, monolith monsters. And then we're also getting like bleed explosions from the hemophilias, so that kind of helps with the clear. And Herald of Ash is also doing a little bit of that too, so I don't really know if it's all that good, but it's happening, so I'm telling you. Mostly I just like the way it looks. It's very splattery. I know there's a lot of shit on my screen and it's probably distracting for a lot of people, but I like it. I think it looks nice. So as you can see, my health is still pretty pathetic. Oh god, no! I'm gonna die to blood rage. I'm gonna die to blood rage. Okay, we're fine. We saved it. Oh, is that my adrenaline? I've never actually felt it. That's the first time I've felt the adrenaline pop. And it's from the Ascendancy. That's funny. Wow, it's still going. Wow, holy shit, that's like really long. I like it. Where am I going? So yeah, these new sextants are pretty cool. I really actually like the essence one a lot. It's not like the biggest of the new sextants, but I really like getting like a stable source of remnants of corruption. In previous leagues, I felt like I would come across like, what? Oh, I just made a bunch of money. Okay. We'll come back to that. Oh god, that's fucking great. Streamer RNG, lol. Kind of. Every time I make a fucking video, I get something dumb. I couldn't be happier about that. Holy shit. That's so cool. I really wanted this hideout too. Of course I'd get this hideout right after I buy a hideout. Darn it. Still cool. Still gonna use it. Fuck, dude, I just bought a fucking hideout. Wow, I saw that door and I was like, but I already found the arena. What? Holy shit. So yeah, I mean, you can kind of, like, I didn't even really actually, I got so excited about the fucking hideout, I didn't even properly fight that boss. But you can kind of see that, like, the more that I stand still and just, like, deal that persistent damage, as long as I can, like, consistently get 8 hits in that recently window, that 4-second window, which is, I think, how Impale, it's just like intuitively how I understand the Impale to work. And if it's not a 4-second debuff thing, then I don't know how it actually works. But as long as you can maintain like around 8 hits in a pretty concise period of time, a pretty short window, you should be getting maximum amounts of damage. The Master of Steel thing right over here, Master of Metal rather, it doesn't show you how many stacks you have, so that's kind of weird in terms of like knowing, like being able to actually see exactly what you're benefiting from. But like as you can see, like those Abyss dudes, those are big boys, and that guy got fucking shit on. So it's and like my gear is not even that tight. It's like I have maybe, other than the helmet, like if you take the helmet enchant off and just pretend like you got it on your own, and it's easy to do that, I think I have, realistically speaking, like maybe 300 chaos orbs worth of armor on, maybe. So that's about to change. Hopefully I get tipped for this hideout. I'm just gonna like good faith system this thing and see what happens. These are the moments where I wish I streamed. If I streamed, I would literally just give this away to my viewers, but my internet is a fucking potato. So, sorry guys. I think that's gonna be it for the video though. Physical damage Impale is pretty cool. I'm like looking for more monsters. Oh god. Physical damage Impale is pretty fucking cool. You could do this as like a champion or a slayer or really anything. Champion benefits a lot from it because of the ascendancy. The Master of Metal thing is like really good. But yeah, there's a lot of different ways that you can do this. This like very similar tree would work with like a Blade Flurry setup as well. I'm sure people know that. You just obviously use swords, like Paradoxicas would be really good. Or just like any kind of one-handed swords that are going to give you a lot of pure physical damage. And then obviously you want to run Pride because like you're scaling up Phys. If you're going to go for like a pure melee setup, I do recommend swapping the Herald of Ash for Herald of Purity. The flat physical damage on your attacks is like really good. Like realistically speaking, I should probably be using that instead of Herald of Ash. I'm just going for good visuals, I suppose. But yeah, Impale is super fun. I'm really enjoying this, and I got a hideout to try and sell. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a lovely day. I hope you find some exalted orbs, and if you get a chance, try and do something nice for somebody, okay? I'll see you guys next time. Bye.